It's a Thursday night, and we've got racing in Gqeberha in the Eastern Cape on Friday. We've got our regular expert on that, Nino Podesta, who is now still jumping up and down on the sidelines together with yours truly, because we've got percentage shares in a horse called I Did It My Way, who's got blue eyes and a very striking white face that we saw trailing at the back end of the field. I think I heard commentator Vaughan Smith saying it was completely detached from the field, he said, and it ran on to what no one could believe was a fifth placing in its debut run at Kenilworth in the last race on Wednesday. So well done to you, Nino. Our two horses doing okay on the tracks.
Good evening, Nico. Yes, geez, what a brilliant run, and I was absolutely flabbergasted because I never saw him cross the line. I thought maybe he broke down, or I was still watching him, hoping that he'd come through, sound. But then when I saw the replay, I just saw this. They call him Blondie there at the stable. Do you know that?
They do that, yeah. Well, he is
call him
quite
Blondie.
White, yeah.
And I just saw this white face come in, and I think it finished fifth.
Yes.
But I thought it was a brilliant run. Very pleasing.
And the horse that won the race, I heard Richard Fourie speaking about the horse after the race, and he seemed to be very, very promising with that horse. He almost intimated it could be the best 2-year-old in Cape Town. I mean, he was saying it's going to go for a feature.
It's Raining William you're talking about.
Yeah.
The horse that won the race.
Yeah.
I didn't hear the interview. I was too worried looking where I Did It My Way was.
Yes. Anyway, we'll wait to see what transpires there, but all the best to the rest of the syndicate members. We have had a bit of interest since then on our two new horses. And I do urge that if you're interested in the two new horses that Neil purchased on behalf of the Clock in the Gallop syndicates, to contact us on our email, clockinthegallop, one word, @gmail.com. We look forward to hearing back from you, and we will get back to everyone. If you haven't heard back from us already, we will definitely reply within the next 24 hours or so. Right, Nino, let's get on to today's, tomorrow's action, because we're doing this on a Thursday night, but there's racing at Fairview tomorrow. I won't be down there tomorrow, but I will be down there next weekend. And we're going back to the turf track for an 8-race program. You like the card?
Yes, I do. I like this card, excepting for the last race, which I think is very trappy. The rest of the card, I think we can cut it down to 1 or 2 horses.
Okay, right. We're going to go through the changes on the card just to let you know that Julius Mapanya and Wayne Agrella are both not riding tomorrow. So those are 2 riders not riding. The maximum temperature tomorrow is 21, which is the same as the penetrometer, and the official track condition is good. Now in race 1, blinkers going on both numbers 4, Forbidden Beast, and number 9, 95 Skyline. And the jockey on number 10, Twice a Saint, is now Calvin Habib. Let's go to your selection here. You're tipping them in the order 8, 7, 11, 1. You're tipping Last Storm ahead of Kuznetsov.
Yes, I am. Just by the way, is Warren Kennedy riding tomorrow in PE?
Well, I'm just looking at that jockey change in the first. It's just for Wayne Agrella. I haven't heard of anything, so I presume he is, because if the 48-hour rule holds true, then he wouldn't have ridden for basically 48 hours. So he'd be back riding on Friday. So I haven't heard anything untoward about Warren Kennedy. I think he will be back.
Okay, so going back to the first race, Nico, I think it's a thin race as far as form is concerned. So the winner's going to come from 7, 8, and 11.
Yeah.
By the way, the 11 is a half brother to Jade the Moon by Maritime Mist, and it's quietly fancied by the owner, which I know, Mr. Van Vieren.
Oh, that's Nolan. Good Nolan. Mr. Nolan. Yeah, good old Nolan.
He sent me a message saying the horse will win by 5 lengths, and I've taken him on with the Last Storm for a cup of coffee.
The proverbial cup of coffee. There's quite a lot of coffee being sold and traded on our channel.
Yeah, well, it makes me a little bit worried because I've taken some doubles with Last Storm onto another horse later, and They very, very bullish on that half brother to Jager Moon. But I think that the last storm, the Cape Raider from the Glencotts North, I think it's going to be too strong for them.
Yes.
That horse had won yesterday in Cape Town. It's Raining William that actually came out of that form line. We can go all night.
Yes.
And there's also been, I think, Teatro that ran second yesterday, came out of the Marvel William form line. So this is quite strong form line. And I do also know that To the Moon and Back is highly regarded. I think it's Justin also. I'm sure it's in a Justin.
Yeah, it is. It runs, I think, in Greg Porter's colours there.
Yeah. So that form is strong, and so by the way, besides those, I think they're going to run first, second, and third. Hopefully, my horse beats either the 7 or the 11.
Okay, so 8, 7, 11, and Nino's tip number 1, American Dazzler for Clive Barnard to run back in 4th position.
Yeah, it's very thin for 4th, Nico. Maybe this well-bred What a Wind colt could run in the back of the quartet with number 3. There could be some improvement from there also. I see he's got the tongue tie on, but he's badly drawn. 11 out for a youngster.
Yeah, 11 over 1,400 meters isn't the best of draws. Okay, that's the first race, start of the bipot. By the way, Nino's so big on this card that he's also tipped a pick 6. I don't remember when last year tipped a pick 6 at Fairview, so you obviously are quite bullish on the card, but we'll go through the pick 6 just now.
I never play pick 6s, but I'm strong on 3 horses that I had to try one. It's not a big one. Okay, we'll give it a try.
We'll give it a try. Who knows? It might pay more than the was it? How much did it pay today? 5,000 rand. Everyone got it today, didn't they?
Yeah, I think it paid 5,800 or something. Yeah. Almost 6,000, just under 6,000. All the favourites are right there.
Yeah, it's almost like not worth winning it. Okay, let's move on to race 2, which is off at 1:10 It's a maiden juvenile plate for fillies over 1,200 meters. And just look at the changes in race number 2. Number 1, Antonio August, Alamites front unshot behind. Alamites go on number 4, Blonde Magic. And number 9, Morning Breeze, Alamites in front unshot behind. So it's just Alamite updates there for the second race. And now, Nino, you're tipping number 12, a Red Sphere, who's improving with time, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And this Ideal World filly, I think she's going to appreciate the extra 200 shares. Run first time out over 12. Behind Open Secret. I think she's going to be too strong. Yet again, I narrow it down to the 12. I think that will win. I can't see anything else that can beat it. But the improver could be number 5, Double Destiny, the twice over that ran. I think they ran in the same race behind Rainbow Thief, did they not?
Yeah, that's right. They did.
So she ran 2 lengths behind Rainbow Thief, and he ran 5 lengths, but he was having his first run, so he's going to strip much fitter, and he's going to know what racing is all about. So I'm expecting that to be a lot closer to Red Sphere, but I'm very strong on the 12 for the win, Nico.
Yeah, I am too, just having a look at it. It looks like a ready-made bank for you, Red Sphere. I'm just going to have a look at the price. We're not in the business of tipping odds-on shots here on Clocking the Gallop. Never have been, never will be. But this one is at 6 to 10, or 7 to 10. So the mob will be tipping that everywhere, all over. Okay, let's move over to race number 3. Race 3 on the card is off at 10 to 2. It's a maiden plate over 1,200 meters up the straight, obviously, fillies and mares. And in the third race, number 4, Galia, is ridden by Calvin Habib. And number 2, Japan Approval, wears blinkers, no cheek pieces, and no tongue tie for number 6, Back to Formentera. And number 7, here we go, Joe Alamites in front and Unshot behind. What do you like in the third? It looks like you like
Nico,
the 1 here.
Yeah, I do. I like the 1, and I think this one, this horse is so well bred. And I see they put the blinkers on now. the blinkers come back on the horse.
Yes,
And,
I think it's the first time it's had blinkers and tongue tie. It's either worn the tongue tie or the blinkers. Now it's got the whole lot on.
It's got a whole lot on. Drawn one, it doesn't matter. The draw doesn't matter at Fairview up the straight. They can win from the inside. They can win from the outside. There's no bias there. I thought it ran a very good race first time out. It was a bit of a yielding going. It ran behind that big outsider, I think, from the Cliffy Miller stable, Miami Beach. But it's meeting a lot weaker here today, and I think she must be ready to win. Back to Formentera must be the immediate danger. She ran just in front of it in that race, but I think now with the blinkers on and having the experience there on the Fairview turf, that number one, for all we know, could turn that form around. Japan approval, just give me the green light. That might run fresh. I know they've been putting it over 2002-4, but
they're going back to a 1200 meter with the horse.
They're going back to a 12.
Yeah.
Nika, I like one. I like one quite strong. I think the dangers could be back to Formentera. I'm looking for a bit of improvement for the number 9, the Joannel trained Mia Khalees. She also she ran behind Alloway Grove, and if you like that horse, you missed United States. She ran in front of her that first time out behind Alloway Grove. So I'm thinking that she's got the beating of United States. So I'm looking for big improvement from that roughie, number 9, Mia Khalees.
Okay, that is a very weak contest. As we move on to the 4th race at 2:25 it's a maiden plate over the 1200 meter trip. In race 4, scratches number 4, Global Beat. You can take that out. Blinkers going on, and a tongue tie going on number 3, Psychedelic Eric. Blinkers and tongue tie. Blinkers and tongue tie on number 8, Verified. Those are the changes in race number 4. Now your selection is horse number 7, Paulie, having his first run for Alan Greff. He was previously with Paul Peter, and the traditional tongue tie is slapped on by Greff first time out.
Yeah, Nika, I'm very strong with this horse. I mean, you only have to look at who she ran 6 lengths behind Silly Fella. I think that horse came out to run a string of places and actually ran 3rd today.
Yeah, it kept a lot of people alive in the PA today. I don't know how it ran 3rd actually under Kamalo, but it did.
Yeah, and then 4 lengths behind Zeus, and we know what Zeus has gone on to do. So,
absolutely, yeah.
You know, there's nothing in this field that comes anywhere near that kind of form. This horse should win, and it should win easy. I make it one of the better bets on the card. I don't know what price it is, but I'm sure it's going to start in the red by the morning.
Yeah, let's have a look and see. I can tell you, it opened up at 2-1. It's now 12-10. So they've backed this like nobody's business, Paulie. I mean, we're speaking to 9:30 p.m. on a Thursday night, well ahead of the meeting, and there's more money to come from it, so it will start odds. And at the moment, if you're watching this, you can get a bit of 12, 13, even 14-10, I'm sure, in places.
Yeah, what can follow this horse home, Nika? I don't know. I'm looking for a bit of improvement from number 5 Into the Storm, the Futura by Winter's Hope by Western Winter, very well bred. Not a bad first run behind a well thought of horse, Ilunga from the Alan Greff stable. So Warren Kennedy up, that could show improvement. I don't even know what I tipped. Number 2, King of Love, probably. But I think they're going to struggle to beat number 7, Paulie, and maybe Verified. Also a bit of Joburg form. Maybe that could run in the back end of the quartet.
Great stuff. Let's move on to our next race. We're going on to race 5, which is a Pinnacle Stakes over the 2,700 meters. Scratches number 1, Anza Lazio, out of race 5. No rider yet.
Very scratch.
Take the World. No rider yet for the 14, and the final changes: Compression Masks go on 3, Find Me Unafraid, and 4, Master Supreme. Just confirming number 1, Anza Lazio, is the scratching in race number 5. Okay, so you're going for your tip here as number 8, Flower of Saigon. Very strong.
Very strong.
Very
I'm
strong.
very strong on this horse. Nico, I'm very, very strong on this horse. Confidently tipped to win. Glenn Cotson, I mean, ran third behind. She's going to have no problem with the distance. She ran third behind Salvador Mundi, and I know that you've got to look a bit deeper into this race. And you know, Glenn Cotson could have entered Follow the Star in this race. He could have entered them both, like he did 3 runs back. He hasn't even bothered to enter Follow the Star in this race. He's brought this horse alone. I think it's going to win. It's my banker. I'm going to banker this in all the bets that I do. I am very confident that it will win with Richard Puri up. The dangers, maybe Peace in the World improved in the feature last time, but that's a 3-year-old. And Flower Saigon is a 4-year-old filly, and she's getting 2 kilos.
Yeah, 2 kilograms.
I'm looking for a bit of improvement from Super Handsome. Going the right distance now tomorrow. He's added 2 openers in PE over 12 and 16, but I think he's going the right distance tomorrow. Maybe that.
Yeah, that could be a nice roughie for you. Super Handsome.
Could be a roughie.
Good stay up here in Joburg. There's no 2 ways about that. He ran very well up here in Joburg, Super Handsome. 12 to 1, 14 to 1 in places.
Look, with all being said, if Flower Saigon does get beat, I mean, and Peace in the World, a 3-year-old, I think he's going to struggle against these hard knockers. But yeah. So what I'm actually saying is, if you don't bank a Flower of Saigon, you're going to have to go quite wide here, because it leaves the door open for big upsets. You could get a bomb result here, Nico.
Okay, potential banana skin there, race 5. Let's move on to the 6th race at 25 to 4. It's another Pinnacle Stakes, this time over a mile, but only for fillies and mares. Race number 6. There are no jockey changes. There are a couple of equipment changes. Number 12, River Cafe has a tongue tie, and number 6, Rattle Mouse Alamites in front, and the steel shoes go on the back. You're going for numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4, not in that order. The order you've tipped them is 1, 3, 2, and 4. It's back to one of your real gems in the Eastern Cape, Santa Therese. You've always fancied her when she runs. Yeah,
especially when she runs in P. I think I don't think she's been beaten over this course in distance.
You're right. 3 times. Yeah, you're right. The Fairview 16, 3 times, 3 wins.
And you know, Nico, she's come right. Forget the penultimate run when they tried the blinkers on. It didn't work.
Yeah, I remember you questioned that day. Remember, you still said to me, Nico, this horse has never worn blinkers. Why on earth would they put blinkers on this horse now? And it was odds on. It was 7, 8 to 10. It ran poorly.
It did, and the blinkers clearly didn't work. A different horse last time. They took the blinkers back off. I think at the weight it's thrown in. It's beaten Musical Glitch. The only thing I want to know is the betting in this race. What's the betting? Because I think that Pretty Betty has actually got the beating of music. I cannot understand why there's such a big gap between Musical Glitch and Pretty Betty.
Well, Musical Glitch is 3 to 1 and Pretty Betty is 14 to 1. Now, it wasn't Pretty Betty up here in Joburg.
Yes, it's the same one.
Yeah.
You know, this horse beat Musical Glitch by 5 1/4 lengths, and it's 1.5 kilos better.
Yeah.
And if you go through an indirect form line, Pretty Betty beat Musical Glitch by 5 at level weight, and Santa Therese only beat Musical Glitch by 0.25 at giving it a kilo. So in actual fact, on paper, Pretty Betty's actually got the beating of Santa Therese with the indirect line through Musical Glitch.
Yeah, there's some hard knocking horses. I know you've limited it to the top ones because they're obviously the best weighted, being a Pinnacle Stakes race, numbers 1, 3, 2, and 4. But if you look deeper, I mean, those horses are out of the weights. Horses like Calandra, who won last time out, Bold Diva, Ferrari, Rattle Mouse, they all, you know, got their work cut out for them, put it that way.
Yeah, definitely against Santa Therese and Musical Glitch and Pretty Betty. I think Santa Therese is going to take a power of beating. But I just feel that Pretty Betty could be the exacta horse, not Musical Glitch. So
Okay,
at
well, that's
14 to 1.
Santa Teresa currently at 12 to 10. There's a bit of 13 to 10 around the shops. 14 to 1 at Pretty Betty late on this Thursday night. Okay, we're moving on to race 7 now. Let's go on to the hashtag. This is racing merit rated 86 handicap, 1400 meters, race 7. And in the 7th race, scratch number 6. No, scratch the number 6 is Zappa, is out of the 7th race. Number 3, Valatorio, is ridden by Calvin Habib. And number 5, Guru's Pride, Alamites in front, Unshod behind. Right, your selection is Phoenix. Seems to have come awfully well in the Eastern Cape to beat home Han Solo. I think maybe those two again to fight this one out. Yeah, definitely. A 2-horse race, exactas for the public. Take as many exactas and swingers as you like. They will run first and second. Now, Nico, if you ever look at the run last time out, when Phoenix ran behind Santa Teresa, keep in mind that 3 runs back, it actually beat Santa Teresa quite comfortably when she was wearing the blinker. So we can put a line through it. But the fact that it has beaten Santa Teresa is a good form line. But it should have won last time. If you have a look at that replay, she was drawn 11 out of 13. Grant van Niekerk lost a bit of ground coming out of the stalls. This horse was blocked at the vital stage of the race. It should have actually won the race. Now, if Santa Teresa wins the race before this, it's going to frank this horse's form in no uncertain manner. Yeah, then you're going to see this horse shortening. Correct. Yeah. And I think only Anne Sailor is the only danger to it. So for me, 1 and 2 in all bets. Yeah, I think those are definitely the 2 class horses in that 7th race, that being a merit rated 86 handicap. The 8th and last race, Nino jumps at 25 to 5. It's a merit rated 68 handicap. It's over 1,000 meters. The changes in race 8, number 6, Narcos, ridden by Alden Weber. Compression Mask on number 4, King's Return. A tongue tie goes on number 7, Vegas Gold. And then Alamites in front, Unshod behind for the following 3 horses: 6, Narcos, 15, Sanctify, and 16, The Sands. Sanctity, rather, and 16, The Sands. Now, here's a selection that comes completely out the blue from you. You're going for a rank outsider to a tone in the last race, and you're going for number 15 on the card, which is Sanctity for our good friend Zietsman Oosthuizen. And Ryan Munger. I actually asked you to help me with this race. I think this is a minefield. And if number 5, Winter Assembly, a 6-year-old, is having the second run after the race, I don't make it a good thing. I really don't. And I think we can get a big bomb result here. Now, if you look at number 15, Sanctity, she ran second. She's been running behind what I think is a fair horse in PE, Storm Chaser. 3 runs back over the 12, ran second behind Storm Chaser, then 3 lengths behind, and last time 6 lengths behind Storm Chaser. She's drawn right off, she's drawn 14, right up against the outside rail. She's getting Ryan Munger now back on the side. For the first time. So it's a bit of a jockey strike. And I think at 25 to 1, you can't get hurt. And it could be, it's a horse that I would include in all my bets. But it is difficult. If I'm running into this leg of the pick 6, I would like to have the field there. Absolutely, it is not an easy contest whatsoever. I'm looking at another horse that finished its race strongly last time out, the 17, Conquer the World. Conquer the World. Outside of it, it ran on really nicely last time out to finish 4 lengths behind Fedra. I watched it closely that day. I was just going to ask you about that. 100%. I don't know why I didn't tip it. It ran on very strongly. I think Conquer the World. Yeah, the 17 saddlecloth. Throw that in. Conquer the World for Hecky Stradham and Charles and Clorvin, but Nino's tipping the 15 Sanctity at a big price. We'll come to that in a moment. To beat home, number 5, Winter Assembly. 3rd, you've gone for number 13, Soweto Rose, and 4th to number 3, Quick Count. And big respect for Conquer the World, Nico. I must agree with you.
Very impressive last run.
Yeah, it was a very nice run. And I'm just having a look at the betting on number 17, Conquer the World. I see as much as 20 to 1. 20 to 1.
Can't believe that's right.
Conquer the World. Okay, we're going to bring up your place accumulator first, and in fact, not your PA, your bipod, because Nino is the bipod king as we know it, and no one.
Bipod king. I haven't won the bipod.
It doesn't matter. No one plays bipods better than our Nino Podesta, even if they profess to. Anyway, let's go on to the bipods now. Okay. Here's the Fairview bipod, 15 rand. Can you?
Nico, it was actually a straight line bipod, and I felt too embarrassed to put it up, so I added horses to make it 15 rand. But I would advise everybody to take that straight line up there.
What, the straight line with the two number ones? With the two number ones at the top.
Yes, 8, 12, 1, 7, 8, 1.
8, 12, 1, 7, 8, 1. Okay, right. But you're extending the third leg and the last leg.
Yeah, I'm adding number number 2, which is the Japan approval. I don't know why. I've just added Japan approval, Miss United States, back to Formentera, and I added the outsider number 9, Banker 7, Paulie, Banker 8, Flower of Saigon, and then I went Santa Teddy's, Musical Glitch, and Pretty Betty. Actually, in that straight one, Nico, can we make it 2 and add Pretty Betty? I think that if Santa Teddy's goes out and that comes in, it's going to make it pay.
Okay, so you're going 8, 12, 1, 7, 8, 1 and 3. 1 and 3.
Correct.
As the 2 rand perm, as opposed to the big perm, 15 rand or 1 rand 50 for 10%, 3 rand for 20%, 4 rand 50 for 30%, and 6 rand for 40%. Incredible. Okay, your best bet for the day is race 5, number 8, Flower of Saigon. Normally has to play second fiddle to its stable companion, who, as Nino quite rightly points out, is not nominated to run here in the Pinnacle Stakes over 2007. It reads Flower of Saigon at 13 to 10. The value bet comes up in the last race, race 8. It's number 15, Sanctity, and it's quoted at 20 to 1. Right, the added bonus on today's show. I'm not sure why he's telling us that he's got a bonus bet for us. I presume it's got something to do with the birthday being around the corner. Isn't your birthday exactly a week today?
Yes. First of all, I'll have to wish Neil happy birthday first, because he's younger than me.
That's right.
Same day as me, and Neil Andrews are on the same day.
Yeah.
So next week, Thursday, when we do the show, I'm going to have to wish Neil a happy birthday. Seeing that he's younger than me, we need to mention him first.
I think so. I think what I'm actually going to do that day is ask him to interview you, so that the 2 birthday men that can come up with the presents for our punters out there watching us next Thursday night.
You know, Nico, I'm trying to give them winning bets week after week. Never mind my birthday. I think I'm trying too hard.
Yeah, sometimes we do try too hard. I didn't have the best day today at the Val. Things happen like that. You know, you tip it, you see it wrong. We're going to have those days. We don't, we come on the show warts and all. When we win, and we boast about it. When we lose, we lose, and we tell them that we lose. But today I read it badly, but I'm not, you know what, Nina, I'm not too perturbed, because when dividends pay like they did today, I'd rather not win, to be honest. I mean, everyone wants to win. You know, you're going to win 10 rand PAs and 5,000 rand pick sixes. You can't retire.
You know, when you're spending 3,000 rand to catch a 5,000 rand pick six, then it's definitely not worth it. If you could catch it on a straight line or on.
Well, look, it's always good to win. It's always good to win. We can't win all the time. But anyway, I want you to win this pick six, right? So you're spending 200 rand on this pick six, and you've got 3 bankers.
I've got 3 bankers that I like very strong, and that is Flower of Saigon, Santa Therese, and Paulie. So the first banker comes in the second leg in the form of number 7, Paulie. The second banker, leg 3, which is Flower of Saigon. The third banker in leg 4, number 1, Santa Teresa. The fifth leg, I'm only putting in 1 Phoenix and number 2, 1 and Solar and number 2 Phoenix. I'm taking the field in the last leg, and in the first leg, I'm going 1, 2, 3, 6, and 9.
Now the field, if you take 1 right the way through to 20, that's what we mean by field leg. The full field, 1 through to 20. 20 by 2 is 40. 40 by 5 is 200, and hopefully you can catch that suggested pick 6 for tomorrow afternoon out at the Fairview track in Quebec. That leaves it there. But before we go, I know I posed a question to Nino last week and he wasn't ready for the question, but what about the big race at Greyville on Saturday? It's the Hollywood Bets Gold Challenge. Now, you can't tell me you haven't seen the field for the Gold Challenge.
Yeah, I have seen it, and I knew you were going to ask me. I wasn't going to get caught twice in a row. So I think Jet Dark is a certainty. I like Jet Dark. Jet Dark is a penalty kick. Is that what you say? I think so. That's what I think. I might be wrong. I think he's best over 14, 16. There's no problem with the distance. Umongo Kamala. What is he drawn? 8 or 9, I think. I will tell you now. It is drawn. It is drawn. Where is this? I can't see it here. Oh, there it is. Drawn 9. Drawn 9. Drawn 9. Number 9. Yeah. What can be the danger? MK's Pride, maybe Amutana. You know, I don't know if they're in that kind of a in his class, Nico. Yeah, I'll have to look at it closely. I don't think they can beat Jet Dark. You know, when horses' main mission is this race, you know, Jet Dark's main mission is this race. It's got to be that race. You know, it's like Jet Dark was primed to win the Queen's Plate over a mile. It's primed to win this race. And I don't think anything can beat Jet Dark specifically prepared for this race. It's going to be very tough. Anything. Something just tells me that Dean Canamer's horse is going to run a good race, Russian Rock. I mean, it did win the Cape Guineas over a mile. It keeps on jumping off the page at me for some reason, Russian Rock, and it's 14 to 1. It's a big price. So I know, but I'm going to say that if for any reason, and I cannot believe that Jet Dark could fluff his lines here. I mean, he really is the best miler in South Africa. 14 miler. I agree, and you know, I think he's prepped for this run because we know he's not quite a 2,000 meter horse. The Durban July may just be out of his compass. So I think Justin has prepped him for this race. I'm positive that he has, and if he has, then it's going to be very tough to beat. Russian Rock, I don't know if she's in the class of Jet Dark, but she could be a runner. She could be in a trifecta quartet, and Amutana, MK's Pride, but I really can't see them beating Jet Dark, Nico. Okay, that's where we'll leave it today. Nino, thanks so much for your input on racing in Quebec. We'll join up again with you next week and enjoy the racing, and let's hope that you tip those winners. Yeah, well, just before we go, what are we getting for our birthday presents next week? Is Clock in the Gallop going to... I don't know. I think we have bought something, and what I can confirm is that the last time I saw when Neil did buy the present, he strapped it to the back of a tortoise and sent it in the direction of Cape Town. So good luck to you when it arrives. Okay. Okay. It will take like maybe 3 years. I know that they've been sent off. When you see it, let us know. I will do that. Okay. I will do that. Thanks, Nina. Anyway, okay. Thanks for your time. All the best, Nico. Cheers. Bye. Bye.